Hi there, these comments are for RR and I am Michael. And in this short video, I'm going to give you some writing and speaking feedback so you can monitor your progress as you're completing the lessons in OTC, or my online TOEFL course. Okay, so first, we got the rubrics right here. Okay, now I have your essay right here. So my first impression is I'm going to score you about 3.0 out of 5, 20 points out of 30. Now, why is that? I think here it's mostly grammar problems. May demonstrate inconsistent facility in sentence formation and word choice. May display accurate but limited range of syntactic structures and vocabulary. So let's just look at one of your paragraphs here, right? So let's say that I want to look at this one. You say, even before the existence of human beings, you want to put an S on that. It's a plural noun. Some animals, and because you're talking about one event happening before another in the past, you want to say had, allured, and you want to change this to potential. You're thinking in your own language here. Potential mates through dancing. And I'm going to combine these to give you some syntactic variety. You can put which carries a lot of ethos in every culture in the world because I'm going to say it has been part of our humanity since the very beginning. Therefore, I believe that dance has a prime role in society because it transmits happiness to spectators, the spectators and the performers, and shows a part of our ancestors. So if I go through every paragraph, I'll be making at least 8 or even 10 corrections in every paragraph, and that's just too much. That means that you're not consistent. So you need more consistency, I think, with your sentence structure, your word choice, verb tenses, and all the other important areas of English grammar. So that means that you want to focus a lot in the grammar part of my course. Don't forget to take the grammar diagnostic pretest. That can be very helpful in helping you to pinpoint your grammar errors, and then you can even study lessons to learn more about those weak points. All right? Let's listen to your independent speaking task right now, so we will see. I think this one is, what do you think is better, living off campus in apartments or living on campus in dorms? And here we go. So what I like to do here is, it's a good idea to kind of look at these rubrics as I listen. So I'm going to kind of think about you maybe being in the 3 area. As I listen to it, do I want to go higher? Do I want to go lower than 3? Or do I want to stay in the middle there? So the first time, let me listen to the whole thing without making any comments at all. Then the second time, I'll make some comments.
Living on a campus gives a few advantages against those who live out of the campus. First of all, it saves time because I don't need to travel to the university because I am already there. For example, if I have a class at 8 o'clock, I just have to wake up at 7 o'clock and I will be at the time in the classroom. Secondly, because it's easier to organize reunion with my classmates since we all live in the same place. We just need to decide the place and we are going to be there in less than a half hour. For that reason, I think that it's better to live on campus.
All right. 2. Everything about what you just did is in the 2 range. So you have speech is basically intelligible. The listener effort is needed. So you have a lot of unclear articulation. That means tone, rhythm, pace. Meaning is even obscured. Even in the very beginning of your response, I couldn't quite catch everything that you were saying there. I think you have limited range and control of grammar and vocabulary. And I think the topic development is actually pretty promising. I don't think it's really terrible in that area. But let's listen to it one more time, and we'll see how you did. Okay, here we go. And this time I will kind of stop at different parts of your response to make comments. So I'm saying you're about the same. Your writing and speaking are pretty similar. I'm going to put you at about 2.0 out of 4, about 14 to 15 points out of 30.
Living on a campus give a field advantage against those who
That that was tough. The first 3 seconds was a train wreck. I couldn't quite understand everything there.
live out of the campus. First of all, it saves time because
I would say living on campus saves time instead of saying it, because it is a limitation. Using a gerund phrase shows you have better control of your grammar there. So be careful about using too many pronouns, especially when you're introducing your first reason, I wouldn't use a pronoun. Now, if you want to refer to that reason after you've introduced it, maybe a pronoun works at that point.
I don't need to travel to the university because I am already there. For example, if I have a class,
Let me go back to what you just said there.
because I am already there. For example, campus. First of all, it saves time because I don't need to travel to the university because I am already there. For
Okay.
example, if I have a class at 8 o'clock, I just have to wake up at 7 o'clock and I will be at the time in the classroom.
And I will arrive on time in the classroom. And the problem there is when you're speaking, you're saying kind of like if I am on campus, I will already be there. I will be able to arrive in class on time. So you're pausing after almost one or two of the words in your sentences, and that's creating a lot of problems with what we call a choppy rhythm, right? Now, to solve that, I actually have about 4 really good lessons that can help you. They're called thought groups and blending. So I want you to spend some time over the next week. And I know you're already working on pronunciation lessons, but thought groups and blending is another area that can be very helpful for you right now. I think it's pronunciation lessons 41 through 44 you can study.
Secondly, because it's easier to organize reunion with my classmates since we all live in the same place. We just need to decide the place and we are going to be there.
Yeah, I don't know. You started off that sentence with 2 different dependent clauses as a little bit awkward, right? So it's almost like you had a fragment
In
there.
less than a half hour. For that reason, I think that it's better to live on campus. Living on a campus give a
And you actually had some examples in there. So I think that your strongest area right now is your topic development. That's your strongest area. Your weakest area by far is your delivery. So you really have to work on your fluency, your fluidity of expression. If you want to move up, if you get to the really high, it says generally well-paced flow, fluid expression, you're not even halfway. That's why I put you in the 2 range. You have quite a ways to go there. So in addition to going through the lessons in my online TOEFL course, that is not going to be enough for you. You want to make sure you're watching TV. If you watch TV, focus on news, history, documentary, maybe science programs. I think that would be very helpful. And that's going to give you a lot more exposure with the language. All right, so I think that my score is pretty accurate. So you got basically 2 on both the writing and the speaking areas. So at least your speaking and writing is balanced. You know, you don't have one really high and one really low. You're kind of in the middle. Well, your writing was 3. I take that back. Your writing is a little bit higher than your speaking skills, but not by much. All right, thank you for doing the speaking and the writing practice test. I hope that my feedback kind of gives you some ideas on what you need to do now to continue making improvements.